Why is the answer always Miata? Well, do you want a cheap car? Miata. You want something that does well in the snow? Miata. You want to go racing? Miata. How about just a car that will pick up chicks? Guaranteed. Miata. You want something easy to maintain, easy to work on, and reliable? Miata. Oh, and do you know what the 42nd president of the USA's name was? Yeah, it wasn't Miata, it was actually Bill. But I heard Monica used to drive one of these, Miata. So today we're gonna go over 7 reasons and an honorable mention, baby, as to why the Miata is, well, the answer to everything. Let's go! Okay, real quick, if you're a big fan of the channel and you want to join the Ideal fam, go click up here and snag some Ideal swag. It helps support the channel. It helps us keep creating great content like this. So snag some swag, baby. First off, there's no rear seats. So literally, you can only take one person with you, which is actually really nice because when your friends all want you to drive, it's a great excuse. And not only that, but less people in the car means you'll be less distracted and you can maintain a little bit more focus on the road, which is a good thing when you can do things like this in a Miata. Miatas still carry a slight stigma of being a chick car. But here's the thing, you know who likes chick cars? Chicks. And you know who likes cruising with you in a chick car? Chicks. And you know what ends up happening when you start driving a chick magnet? Well, you get a chick. And here's one way to convince your parents that the Miata is the perfect first car. See, at least back in the day when I had my first car that did have back seats, and back seats are, well, you know, a place to hang out. And well, you know, kids in the back seat can cause accidents, but accidents in the back seats can cause disappointed kids. So no accidents, no back seats. Or wait, no back seats, no accidents. Either way, it's a safe, well, it's not a safe, but it's a great first car. So you're cruising along and you come into a curve just a little bit too fast. But guess what? You're in a Miata. And this car has better reflexes than you. Oh baby. Even in stock form, these cars handle extremely well. In fact, they have better body control than a professional belly dancer. Just look at how much fun these things can be. But here's the thing, you gotta make sure that you have both a good alignment and also good tires. Because even though these are extremely good handling cars, without either of those in tune, it can get quite dicey. And if both of those are in line, get it? In line? I don't know. Get ready to downshift before your next turn and dance this baby through some curves. Now, if you're like me and you think that Miata is usually, if not always, the answer, one of the main reasons is because how much you can pay to get into one. Yeah, you can find up a beat up NA for 2,500 bucks. And even a brand new one with most of the options that you'd want is still under 40,000 bucks. And the best part about this is that they're all good, meaning the value for dollar in these Miatas, regardless of year, regardless of generation, is definitely ideal. And so whether you have a couple $1,000 or tens of thousands of dollars to throw at your next ride, the Miata is probably the answer. Since we were just talking about cost, well, it is a Mazda, and so maintenance costs actually aren't that much once you actually buy the car using the Ideal car strategies, of course. Yeah, these cars are more or less reliable and will very rarely, if ever, leave you on the side of the road. But when problems do arise, they're actually pretty cheap to fix. And if you're a little bit more handy than I am with some tools, you can do it yourself. Yeah, open up the engine bay and there's a lot of space in there to work. And not only that, but pretty much everything on the Miata is simply engineered. And it's so easy that almost a caveman can do it. A caveman or Brad. And if you can't do the repairs yourself, well, it's not gonna hurt your pocketbook as much as you think. Going to a good repair shop should cost you less than 100 bucks an hour. And since it's a Mazda, parts are relatively cheap and it should be pretty quick to fix. So Miata's the answer. So I think it's a great value for what you get. As we talked about earlier, Miatas are great handling cars, but something that you probably didn't know is that Mazdas can be run competitively in the largest number of racing events in the world. Look at those things go, baby. And what's absolutely bonkers is the fact that you can build a spec Miata with decent parts. Of course, you're gonna have to do the DIY stuff because labor is expensive, but including the car, you can do one for about $10,000. And literally you could be driving this thing to the office during the week, and then you could be racing on the weekends, baby. So yeah, spec Miatas definitely have a special place in my heart. And not only that, but you can turbocharge a Miata for relatively cheap as well. Just check this thing out. Yeah, for only a few $1,000s, you can be having that much fun. And so yeah, no matter what generation of Miata you end up with, as you get better as a driver, you can continually improve your car as well. And not only do these cars take mods really well, but when you decide to move on from one Miata to the next buyer of your Mazda piece, Mazda piece, get it? Won't be as scared of those mods as maybe a different car like a Porsche 911 with some mods or BMW M3. So it's a win-win. Oh, and now it's time for that honorable mention, baby. It's all about the size. You know what I'm talking about. Miatas are pretty small cars, which make them extremely good city cars. Why? Because parking these things is stupid easy. And not only that, they're zippy little things, so it's easy to maneuver through traffic or just dip out of class early without anybody noticing. Just make sure you don't put on a loud exhaust. Yeah, it is small, but like my mom told me, big things come in small packages. Or is it great things come in small packages? Either way, you can fit enough camping gear in a Miata for a weekend getaway and then drift that thing into the school parking lot on Monday. But either way, that is the honorable mention, baby. Okay. I may have not been completely honest with you guys up until this point because, well, Miata is sort of the answer, but what's really the answer is the NA Miata. Why? Because those pop up and down headlights, of course. I mean, how cool is this? You can have both of them go up, or you can have the lazy eye, or my personal favorite, you can have it wink at a cool chick. Man, I wish I would have owned a Miata as my first car. What do you think? Is the Miata the ultimate first car? Let us know down in the comments, and go check out these 5 cars that are all show and no go. Or check out what YouTube recommends you watch next. Oh, if you haven't yet, please subscribe, but either way, you can't lose, and as always, keep living that ideal lifestyle, baby.